I was working on a commercial a long time ago for a bank that had a bear in its logo. And so we were shooting a commercial with a bear, an enormous, enormous bear. And the trainers were very careful. They would set up these simple electrified fences where there'd just be wires all the way around where the bear was going to go. And they had an enormous cage for him to get into, and they would lure him around the set by throwing pieces of raw meat. He would lumber over and pick up the raw meat and eat it. And then they would throw another piece and he would walk across the shop. Now the trainers, they don't have shotguns. They have pieces of wooden dowel that are about 2 feet long to smack the bear with, which seemed to me like you might as well be hitting him with palm leaves. So they're prepping a shot where he has to walk from inside a building to outside the building. And it's night, and there's lights everywhere and crew, and I'm the camera assistant, so I'm sitting right next to the camera. And there's 2 strands of wire to my left, about a foot away. And that's the electrified fence. And the trainers told me, don't touch the wire. So, okay, great. So they're doing a rehearsal to see how they're going to get the bear out of the building. So they get the bear into the building, and then the trainer inside the building throws a piece of meat, which is supposed to land at or near the bear's cage so that they can get the bear back into the cage. He fires it out the door, it hits the glass door, bounces off, and bounces right over to my feet. And so this bear lumbers out the door, and all of the trainers are going, hey, 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 hey. The bear lumbers right over to me, kind of pops down, picks up the meat, puts it in his mouth, and stares at me while he eats it. And the trainers are going, over here, over here, over here, over here. So finally the bear turns and walks away. And they get him up into his cage, and everything's safe. But after this, the trainer walks over to me and says, wow, he got really close to you. If he had moved any closer, we'd have had to turn that fence on. So the fence was off, and the bear was a foot away from me eating. You never know what adventure you're going to get into in this industry. And hopefully you don't get eaten by a bear. But if you don't get eaten by a bear, you have a great story about a bear not eating you. Hopefully you'll end up with stories like that yourself.